Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday, the 19th of March. So let's get on and look at these markets. First things first, though, the news events. Well, we've seen, I've just gone to the yen here. You can see it visually, the effect of, well, they did eventually increase rates by 0.1, actually, or just over. But the markets had priced an increase in, and the market, so the yen's just been basically sold. It's selling on the news. This is a common thing with stocks. They get pumped up in terms beforehand, and the news gets news comes out. Well, the markets have been effectively discounting the yen again for a while here, even though here this move to the downside was where we were seeing more of the into last week, where we were seeing more expectation and more hawkishness, and then it all went soft again, and there we go. The weakness of the yen and the Australian dollar, meanwhile, rates were left as they were, and well, it was a bearish, effectively it's an expectation priced in again, so nothing interesting there at all. Meanwhile, stocks have been doing pretty well, had been doing pretty well, Nvidia, etc. But I'll come back to that in a moment. Let's look at what we've got coming out today, where we've had all this rates left untouched, except of it's actually 0.0. It's an increase from anyway, or a range of 0 to 0.1. They've ranged it, a massive range. What we got today then? ECB speakers again running through here, including the EC president speaking there at 9:10. So a bit of possible volatility out this morning. Inflation for Canada. I think we've passed the key news events effectively, apart from whether the European speakers actually get the markets moving. That's about it. So let's get on, look at the rest of the technicals, starting off with the euro, where the euro's come off. Basically what we've seen here is some dollar strengthening, money running to dollar on this news, and it's had its knock-on effect across, and well, the euro's off here. It's broken down its quarterly pivot now. It sort of had been bouncing off that. It's now broken down, and well, it's tested the underside as well, so it even came back, had that little old green bar there, as broken, so looking quite soft from where we are there. You see it in more detail. Lower highs, lower lows continue through this market. Confirmed moves. It's in a bit of a downward trend now. It's broken the trend line itself. This is drifting to the downside, and I say drifting, it barely looks like a major move, but and I'm looking for possible trades at the moment, and well, there isn't anything right this moment, and it may be worth waiting. It's almost into its S1, maybe worth waiting to see if we can catch a bounce and another sell-off on it. It's already gone here, and I never like selling into a move that starts pre 8 o'clock. Often we get the turning points. Okay, the pound, lower highs coming through here. Not really, never came back to where I'd like to have come back yesterday. I was looking for it to come back to its weekly pivot. It hasn't done it. It's just drifted, and is again just selling off here. So dollar strength coming right the way through at the moment. Maybe building up ready for Wednesday, and then we could see a complete reversal. We'll see. But anyway, lower highs pushing here. Again, there's no immediate trade for me on this. Dollar yen. Well, the yen, that's the reaction it got. It had already been, it'd been priced in anyway. So the market is softening on the weakness that was sort of following through there. It got quite dovish last week. The tone changed effectively. So yep, got the movement in there. But sentiment is changed a little bit on the yen. So This could be short-lived, but we'll see. At the moment, high lows, higher highs, done everything to the upside, overbought in effect at the moment, probably on many indicators. But not wanting to just sell because it's made that high, and it probably is overbought, just as the Aussie dollar's oversold. Now the Aussie dollar could, I mean, if this strength of the US dollar continues, we could see the Aussie dollar coming off further. Again, we never saw the Aussie come back to its weekly pivot I was hoping for yesterday. It just never made it. Rolled over and has continued. It did catch into its, but it did pull back into its daily pivot though, and sold from that pretty much this morning already. That's done. Yesterday just nothing. So it's done its daily pivot. It's done everything right down to its S4, which is it's a rarity, but it was so flat yesterday. US dollar CAD. So US dollar CAD, the CAD pushing up here again. It's broken out of this range that it was sitting in here. I was wondering which way it was going to go. My preference is to the upside, and it's gone to the upside. So further upside potential again on these. Just need to see if we get a bit of a retrace to buy into. New Zealand dollar will have followed this Aussie, and it's done so. It's broken through here, broken the lows. It's almost, it's not far from the absolute lows here. So again, and yesterday just coming short of where, well, it's quite a bit short of where I would like it to have come into. Should have probably looked back at its daily pivot there when the alarms didn't go off. 9 o'clock. It did trickle down from that point and is looking soft. The sentiment's gone soft on the New Zealand dollar. US dollar Swissy. This is becoming a buy again, but it needs a retrace. The trouble is when these move through the Asian session, you just got to be patient in the London session. Got the higher lows coming through here, certainly looking positive for the upside. Yesterday it was in a bit more of a no man's land, started making a move, but it's certainly clear now. So they'll all change now. Euro yen, again, well, this has continued in the direction I expected. It's just all a bit well, it's correcting itself at the moment, but as I said, it's got itself a bit in front of it. This might turn back again, and we might get something back on this euro yen. We'll see what happens with the euro to pound. At the moment they're still selling, and they're selling at quite a rate which just makes me think that we could see a correction in those. I'll wait, see, but they are now in a downward trend, so we've got to be a bit careful if we go to looking to buy. Okay, I'll look at the rest of those post 8 o'clock. Aside of those, just going to have a look at these other markets. Gold off this morning, dollar strength coming through here, just running through just in this range still. A break above this weekly pivot could be a good thing. You see it's selling off at the moment. It's trying its best, but it has now confirmed some lower highs in this market on this hourly time frame. It's taken out these lows. Still on the, I'm just coming back up the time frames. It gets to a point where the flag's no longer a flag, and this is pretty much it now. We've almost spent as much time coming down as it did going up in the first place. But might come back in there. It is deemed a bullish buy, or the sentiment's bullish on it, I should say. Oil is now on its ride back to the upside there for now, but it's looking better. Maybe we'll get a move off the daily pivot today. Once again, it was sort of quite flat yesterday. A lot of this time, the sort of one o'clock. I should be looking at 2 normally, but 1 o'clock because of the hours difference. But never really got anything in going until 3. Anyway, and well, in this retracement, this could be an opportunity for the upside. S&Ps all gone a bit flat here. Yesterday, well, made a bit of a recovery from where it was sitting there. Bit ugly as it is. Now, the way this is consolidating here is on the bearish side of things, because it's away from its high or it's away from its low. Well, near its low it'd be bearish anyway, but it's sitting, okay, it's got a minor low here that's coming in, and it's consolidating around that point, so we could see a bit of a continuation before it makes any moves to the upside. The Nasdaq even thought that had pushed up further than it had, but we'll see. Consolidating here as well, just not doing anything. Same sort of price action on both of them. Now, I personally wouldn't go shorting these. They have got some, and the Dow, it's exactly the same with this consolidation. A little bit away. It's more of a penalty pattern, and that they're very unreliable as well. So horrible patterns sitting there on those time frames, but not for me. The DAX, well, the DAX is just catching a run off its 4-hourly 50. A run right into its daily pivot there, which it's just reacted off of. A break above that would be a bit more positive for it and continue in its recent direction. It is running in a bit of a channel here, as you can see. It's so it's running in this channel, so it's got some scope for a break beyond that and a move towards the highs there at some stage. And finally, the FTSE. FTSE can't do much in the way of right at the moment. It's just, well, catching a little bounce on the short term here on the futures, but its lower highs looking softer. If there was a market I was going to be looking to short in the equity markets at some stage, and I'm saying at some stage, it would probably be the pound would be the easier option. With oil prices running up a bit stronger, it helps the oil stocks that sit in the index, and it's quietly biased on commodities and banking, so the oil probably holding it up there a bit better. Anyway, right, on that note, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning on YouTube. Bye for now.